Now, in setting your criteria, just clear the canvas here. In terms of setting your criteria, some people like to use their PICO model. And maybe it's inclusion, exclusion. Not necessary to do this, but I kind of like it. So, right, you might say, okay, my population might be, I don't know, girls with autism, but I'm going to exclude maybe, I really want them to be adolescent girls, so age greater than 19, greater than equal to 19 is out. Maybe my intervention is mainstream schooling. So just to make it completely clear, mainstream schooling, this is a topic from Sharon in the group, who we were working together yesterday. I don't want any special ed programs in here. I just want to know what's going on with mainstream schools or anything else. My comparison group is, this is kind of also in the special ed, so that's okay. This one didn't apply to her. Again, not everything's going to apply. This might be special ed or homeschooling or different things. So that's okay. We don't want those articles, or we want to compare the two. So you got to set this up the way for you this, right? And maybe here I want to look at feelings of inclusion or participation. And I'm going to exclude here maybe if the outcomes are not relevant to that. Maybe an outcome that they want to look at is test scores. Don't want that. You might not need to specify this here in exclusion, but as you go through, sometimes you'll find things, well, this isn't quite right, but it's commonly showing up. Then you might want to label this for exclusion here. Time frame, right? This is pretty simple. Maybe if you say you're going from 2000 to 2020, well, you don't need to specify that because it's pretty clear. So that's kind of setting your exclusion on the content. There are other exclusion criteria you can put, maybe the geography. I know Daniel's wanting to restrict his to Asian countries, and that's okay because the journal he's focusing on is an Asian-specific journal. It's a pretty good justification for restricting the geography. So we already mentioned time can be one. You might want to mention certain types of articles. I've got one student I'm working with who's looking at only RCTs or only studies that can say something about causality. He only wants the highest quality studies. So that's the type of articles. Other common ones are language. Maybe English only. These are common things to include and good. Now, as you find these criteria, maybe certain kinds of outcomes you want, or geography, articles, English, whichever you choose for your criteria, I want you to then go back into Zotero and create a folder for it. So there's included and a new subcollection. Let's say I'm going to say excluded because not the relevant outcome, right? I'm just going to do it. Oh no, hang on. I didn't want a subcollection here. I'm going to delete that. I actually want this to just be I have to make it a new subcollection here. Excluded because not relevant outcome. This is going to enable you to retrace your steps nicely. So I'm not going to go through all of this here, but what you're then going to do is remember our Prisma steps. What's going on? This diagram helps you. You can see here, and this sometimes causes confusion. We have screening and eligibility. What's going on there? And in between, well, the logic's pretty simple. Screening is you're kind of just glancing at the title and abstract of the paper to see, does this fit based on my criteria? Sometimes you can make a decision just on that, if it's out. If you're unsure, then you might need to look at the full text. Well, you have to get the full text to look at the full text. So screening is just that. It's just a quick screen. Then you're going to try to retrieve the full text. Sometimes you can't get it. And at that point, you're going to look in the full text to make that final decision if it's in or out. And again, you're going to list the numbers you've excluded and each reason here. And that's exactly why we're keeping this nice and tidy by doing that step in our screening, by labeling. So we're going to be able to count our numbers very easily, fill out our Prisma, and in the worst case, if we ever have to retrace a step and say, I actually want more, I want a little bit fewer, you can tinker a bit with those type 1 errors by adjusting kind of the control knobs are the parameters of your inclusion, exclusion criteria. Hope that makes sense, guys. If it's not making sense, add a question. Daniel, I see you're asking what criteria to use as excluding. I can give you different types of criteria. The ultimate decision, though, is going to be what gives you the best set of articles to answer your research question. I know that can be a little bit dissatisfying, but like I said, Gabor in the group only wanted to look at causal studies. Daniel, for yours, if you had an outcome of stock performance, say, you wouldn't want to look at maybe a country's economic growth, or maybe you wanted to look at the firm level, and if the study wasn't done at the level of the firm, then it wouldn't be relevant. I have some who are looking at antimicrobial resistance in infants, so they were very specific in saying, I want neonates, and I don't want children who are above age 1. So you can really specify your criteria, and it comes back to the main research question.